Namaste everyone. I welcome you all for today's session on data mining techniques. In our previous lecture, we had discussed about the data mining process, the knowledge discovery process, the data mining, we also call it as the KDD, and we had described about the data discovery process where we first have the cleaning of the data, and we had discussed each steps in detail. And as shown here, this is the referred site. You can refer last night's study / data mining. I found this site very useful, and on the left you can have each tab and you can go it into detail. So we had seen the first step of cleaning the data, okay, where we found that there are some redundant data, noisy data, and how to handle it with the help of binning, smoothing, regression, and clustering. Then we had integration, where we had seen two methods, tightly coupled system and loosely coupled system, to handle the integration. Now, for example, there is a car database, and you're trying to survey that which model, which color of the model should be manufactured more. Okay, for example, if black color is highly used by or preferred by the customers, then you will obviously going to manufacture more of black color of that model as preferred to the other colors. Okay, so if your manufacturing companies of cars, two-wheelers, other types of automobiles, but at present you are trying to create a prediction model, a business model analytics, to predict how much car should be manufactured so that it shouldn't be a loss. So for that, cleaning means what? Right now you will delete all the other automobiles data in the present state. Okay, so that is known as, that can be cleaning, because we are not going to handle the two-wheeler section right now. So that is also can be cleaning. So if you have got 1 lakh records of all the automobiles, maybe only 10,000 records are related to the car. Maybe out of the entire cars, you are interested in only a particular model. Okay, so maybe out of 10,000, only 4,000 are related to that particular model. So out of 1 lakh, only 4,000 would be your relevant data, and you have cleaned your data. So in that way also, because the more refined your data is, the more accurate prediction it will be there. So for you that time, the missing values which we discussed in our previous lecture, the missing values may be redundant values which you can delete it if they are related to two-wheeler for that particular application. Okay, similarly integration, you may have information from your n branches. For example, you have 10 branches in the country, and for that particular model of the car, okay, and you want to now have a prediction model, decision model. Okay, so you will get the information from all your 10 franchises, right? So those 10 type of data may come also in a different format. So ultimately you have to combine those all the 10 sources of data into a single, and a you can say on the same platform you have to combine them in a single format, and then you can start making your predictive model. So that is integration. In our previous lecture, we also discussed that you should refer the UCI repository site, where you get the data sets for your research purposes, right? So there the data is given in the CSV format. CSV is the comma separated version, right? So if you are using SQL version, you need to first uh, convert the CSV file into your SQL. Maybe if you are using Oracle, then it should be converted into that version of the DBMS which you are using. So that is also related to transformation. So in integration, even transformation is performed, because sometimes if the data is in the form of text, but you are processing images, so probably you have to convert it into image, or maybe vice versa is the case. So depending upon what type of input your process is going able to handle, and what type of input you are getting, in intermediate there will be a transformation algorithm which will try to convert the input coming from the client to the input expected from your algorithm or the system. That is transformation. ultimately after cleaning and integration, you get the reduced form. As I said that from 10,000, 1 lakh rows, you may get only 4,000 rows which are related to your algorithm or prediction model. So that is known as selection, or maybe as said earlier, selection also means here that you have reduced data set. And on that reduced data set, which is written here, task relevant data. Okay, because since now you are doing the predicting model only of the cars, so it is your task related data. All the two-wheeler section is being deleted. So your task relevant data will be reduced 4,000 rows coming here. And on that, you will be processing your pattern evaluation methods or algorithms, which are known as techniques, which you are going to discuss today. And using one of the technique or maybe combination of different techniques, you will try to get the knowledge out of the data. Okay, so suppose you get some data that what is the present marks of the students. Present marks of the students. And you have seen that in previous semesters, he was a wonderful student. And in this semester, he is not able to perform. So what information you have got, that what data was the raw facts, that these were the marks of the previous semester and this semester. Information is that this semester he has got less marks, but he was a brilliant student earlier. What knowledge you are going to get is from the information, there will be a pattern, that actually what pattern got diverted, because of which the student results were down. So the pattern which was found out is that earlier the student was maybe studying with his parents. That means he was living with his parents. Suddenly, when his marks got dropped down, he was shifted to a hostel. So you may have a pattern from this where you may get a knowledge. You will try to analyze different patterns, and when you can come to a decision through the knowledge that maybe he is getting harassed by some hostile colleagues or whatever it is. So this is how you come from data to information to maybe knowledge, and after that you can create it into intelligence, which you feed it to the machine to make it a machine learning expert system. So going through this, how you're going to find out the patterns, we are going to study the different data mining techniques. Now these data mining techniques, most of them are also used in machine learning techniques. In the end, we will also bifurcate in some way, okay, how machine learning techniques are used. But just to summarize here, some data techniques given here: association, classification, clustering, sequential patterns, decision tree. So going one by one, what is association technique? As the name itself suggests, association means that we are trying to associate different data items. Okay, associate also means that you are trying to find out some relationships. So associative rule, you already know about the statistics. It is nothing but the relationship between the data sets. So association techniques help to find out the pattern from huge data based on the relationship between the two or more items of the same transaction. The association technique is used to analyze market means. It helps to analyze people buying habits. Now, it's not always about people buying habits. Association rules can be about anything, even about a student-teacher relationship. How is the association? Okay, for example, if already the student is in the stressed mode, he may not get the teacher's instructions positively. Okay, maybe there are some other issues, some other experiences, or maybe his or her own fear, because of which he is not able to handle the positivity of the teacher. Sometimes even teacher has some past experiences of the students, because of which the teacher also has to have a firewall in between. Okay, or maybe the teacher has been lenient in the earlier case. Yeah, the teacher did not find good results being lenient, so this time the teacher has tried to be strict. So there is even drastic changes in the personality of student as well as the teacher based on their past experiences. Okay, and it does relate. Sometimes people get carried away by the experiences, sometimes in a good manner. Also there can be some bad memories, because of which it carries away in a negative way also. But anyways, it is what we are trying to say is that in either case, it is an association, whether it's a positive association or a negative association, it is an association. Okay. So in data mining as a business analyst, what you have to do, even in your normal life behavior, what you have to do, you have to find out what is positive, what is good, what is healthy for you, what will be able to grow you financially, or maybe morally, or maybe emotionally, or maybe rationally, okay, or maybe humanly. Or in negative ways, you have to handle it. You can't say that negative associations you can ignore. Okay, it's not ignorance, it is also learning. You should also learn from your negative associations and experiences. You need some things you cannot ignore, you need to handle it. Okay, some percentage you can ignore, some percentage you should be able to handle it, and some associations you need to overcome it. Okay. Similarly, in business and markets, same association rules will apply, which we apply in our daily life. For example, you might identify that a customer always buys an ice cream, whatever he comes to watch. So it might be possible that when customer again comes to watch a movie, okay, he might also buy an ice cream. It is a movie over here, just a printing mistake. A very good another example is, which is already always given in data mining association rule, that person who buys bread, goes to buys a shop, in a shop a bread, always needs either eggs or maybe butter, okay, or jam, with which he or she will consume the bread. Okay, so if suppose the person who keeps bread, if the shopkeeper also keeps all these items, definitely the person will be more comfortable, and next time it will approach this shopkeeper again. तो उसका मार्केट बढ़ जाएगा, ठीक है, उसका सेल्स बढ़ जाएगा, क्योंकि उसको पता है कि अगर वो ब्रेड लेने आएगा तो उसको बाकी सब आइटम्स भी मिल जाएगा. In the morning only today, since the lockdown is going on, a lot of people have lost their jobs, and some people have started groceries in our society, and they are keeping groceries. What suggestion I gave them is that you keep groceries, even fruits and even vegetables. Some people only keep vegetables, they don't keep fruits. Now see, if you get in one shop everything, why the big what you can say malls are more popular? Because when you go to the mall, you get everything you want. You need not go to n different shops. Okay, park your car, talk. Every person has a different style to communicate. You know, it becomes a little bit difficult to adjust for a moment for some 4 to 5 items. So if you get one thing, all things at one place, you will always find that shop more easy to access. So what I suggested that person, that if you are keeping grocery, also keep vegetables, and definitely if you are keeping vegetables, keep fruits also, because for fruits, if person goes into another shop and there if you find some vegetables, obviously he will go over there only next time, because everybody wants कि वो कार एक ही जगह पार्क करे, एक ही जगह अपना पेमेंट करे, क्योंकि आजकल पेमेंट भी ऑनलाइन में भी आपको कितना भी टाइम लगता है, बट टाइम लगता है. Okay, so this is known as association rule. So in business, you should be very smart while creating. Okay, when you keep clothes, okay, if you have a very specialized sari shop, so people will only come to buy saris, right? But if you keep other varieties also which are related to sari, then obviously it will be the best sari shop, because if you buy a sari, then you buy some other accessories from other shop, and if you get the same thing at one place, obviously आपका भी sales बढ़ेगा और customer को भी satisfaction मिलेगा. So you can apply these association rules to find out patterns. ओके, पैटर्न क्या है कि आप ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हो, आप हिस्ट्री में देख सकते हो. अब ये ब्रेड एंड बटर का जो एग्जांपल है, ये तो हम कॉमनली यूज करते हैं, इसके लिए हमें कोई पैटर्न देखने की जरूरत नहीं है, हमारा खुद का इंटेलिजेंस कहता है. But when you have lakhs of rows, and that too, that data is not relevant to you, you are a business analyst, that doesn't mean that you know the entire 1 lakh rows data. Or maybe for a business analyst is very very requisite कि आपको उसका थोड़ा प्रायर नॉलेज तो होना चाहिए, बट फिर भी आपको पूरा एक 1 लाख रोज का पूरा नॉलेज किसी को भी इतना ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी में होना पॉसिबल नहीं है. सो इन सच केस, सच एसोसिएशन रूल्स, यू कैन write algorithms which are related to association rules, and you can predict the association rules for your own market basket analysis. Okay, so there is market basket analysis associated with association rule, and there are certain algorithms. The most popular algorithm for association rule is a priori algorithm. We will see that in our later lectures. One algorithm we are going to take in our each lectures, and other they are very much related to each other. You can definitely study those. Next is the classification technique. Okay, in data mining techniques, next technique is classification. It's a very popular technique. As the name suggests, what do you mean by classification? Okay, we use mathematical techniques such as in computer engineering subjects, you have got the data structures like decision trees. Okay, in machine learning, you have neural networks and statistics in order to predict unknown records. Okay, so the algorithms which are used for classification is decision trees, neural networks, and there are many more related algorithms. But basically, what is classification? That you divide your data, okay, for better machine learning. For example, if you're having a project on, say, university, and your university is having medical students, engineering students, right? You've got art students, you've got commerce students, then you've got hotel management students, you've got film and media students. So you have different departments. That means the entire university is classified into different departments. Why it is required classification? Because it will be now easier to handle different departments because they are having specialized subjects. Now coming again to one module of the classification, engineering. In engineering, you have got various engineerings like mechanical, computer, IT, electronics, okay, biomedical, and so on. So even in SOE, School of Engineering, you have different classification, right? So this is how a tree is developed. The root node is the university. Then you have departments in School of Departments, and in School of Departments also you have got sub-departments like that. Now, why this is necessary? Because if there is only one head for the entire institution, is it easy for that person to handle all the department students? No. So there will be one director or the principal. The principal will be managing the upper level. Then you have different department heads, and they will obviously organize their own department. So it is easier for them to manage. So this classification is generally to bifurcate the data or the modules for easier management and nothing all. So your database management system is that you arrange your data in such a way so that you access the data faster. This was the प्राइमरी मोटिव ऑफ डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम. आप अपने कपड़े जितना अच्छा अरेंज करके रखेंगे, आपको ओकेजन के टाइम पे उतना आप फास्टर आप उस क्लोथ को सर्च कर सकते हो. आप लाइब्रेरी में जितना अच्छे से यू कैन अरेंज योर बुक्स, द मोर इजीली यू कैन ट्रैक द बुक व्हिच यू वांट. ओके, सिमिलरली क्लासिफिकेशन भी इसी के लिए है. आप अपने कैबिनेट्स बनाते हैं क्लोथ्स के, तो वो क्या है? क्लासिफिकेशन है. आप पार्टी के क्लोथ्स अलग रखते हैं, यूनिफॉर्म्स अलग रखते हैं, डेली वेयर अलग रखते हैं, नाइट वेयर अलग रखते हैं. Okay, similarly आप library में भी you do classification, you distribute books according to the topics or the departments, whatever it is. So this is classification. So ultimately this is also very useful for pattern mining. Then next is clustering. Now we will take one separate lecture about what is the similarity and dissimilarity and relation between classification and clustering. But to make it short, ultimately clustering is a part of classification. अभी हमने क्या बोला कि यूनिवर्सिटी इज डिवाइडेड इनटू डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स, एंड से स्कूल ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग इज हैज मैकेनिकल, कंप्यूटर, आईटी, मेडिकल. तो जितने भी मैकेनिकल के स्टूडेंट्स होंगे उनका एक ग्रुप बनेगा. सो दैट इज अ क्लस्टर, but it is a part of the classification of SOE, School of Engineering, right? So even cluster is actually a group of similar items, but it is in the subsection of classification. Okay, that means it is a groups of pieces which share common characteristics, right? So this is clustering. So even one of the data mining technique we discussed last time was outlier detection. So outlier detection is also a machine learning and a data mining technique which is related specifically to handle clustering issues, because some data items, they are separate from any cluster, but ultimately you need to identify कि आपको कहीं ना कहीं उनको बिठाना होगा. For example, one person has interest in computer also and biomedical also. Now what to do? But he has to get admission in only one branch. Okay, so he can opt for some expert subjects. He can opt for biomedical stream, but he can opt for some expert subjects related to computers, or maybe vice versa. So in this way, the outliers are managed, right? And there are separate algorithms for that. We will be taking one of the research paper on outlier detection as well. Even on one paper, how to handle missing values while cleaning the data. Okay. So these are also data mining and machine learning algorithms. Why we say that outlier is a machine learning algorithm? Because you need to incorporate the algorithm to the machine, that if such type of data items, which have similarities between two clusters, then you need to behave smart, that in which cluster it should be associated, and indirectly which cluster it should be associated. But ultimately, you have to fit that data item in one of the clusters, like the given example we said about biomedical engineering. So you have to feed this intelligence to the machine. That is why it can be one of the machine learning algorithms. Then another technique is sequential patterns. Now, as the name suggests, you are trying to find the patterns, okay, which are sequential in order. That means it has identifying trends and similar patterns. So even fashion industry, this type of sequential patterns is followed. Okay, for example, if you say that a model is very popular or a movie has become very popular, and that the accessories or the attire which was used in that film or movie became very popular. So what will happen? All the brand factory people, Amazon, clothings, even Biba brands, all the people who are working with clothings will definitely try to incorporate that design in their store, okay, by using the sequential patterns. So for another example is, if a customer data, you identify that customer buys particular product on a particular time of the year, you can use this information to suggest customer these particular product on the time of the year. Okay, for example, some generally you see that while the end of the financial year, people try to adjust their provident funds. Maybe they try to invest in some mutual funds. Okay, they try to manage their finances so that they even try to what you can say, fill their home loans, so that they can get the principal amount, the recurring amount, which they can use to save their income tax. So you find that people are very much interested during the end of the financial year. So a lot of schemes come up at that time, which it attracts very easily, because if somebody is searching for something and at that time you give a offer to that person, it is 101% sure that that person gets attracted to that offer. Okay, so this is how also you get sequential patterns. Lot of times you have seen that you try to search a product in the on your website, and you get similar type of products also in your lockdown. Okay, so this is how sequential patterns can be used for business analytics, for prediction algorithm and pattern mining. Similarly, the last for this particular slide and the website is decision tree. So as said earlier, that decision tree was also one of the techniques which was used in the classification. Okay, so this is a data structure, but it has got its own importance. That's why it has been mentioned as a decision tree. That's why even in some of the websites, even outlier detection is mentioned as another separate topic, because outlier detection is not only useful for clustering, but it can also be useful in regression techniques. As in earlier lecture, we said that regression is you just take some unpredictable samples, some random samples, and try to find out the patterns or the relationships or the associations between them. But some points would be such that they would be too far from the relationship. Okay, in regression, there is a slope type line, and the points which are nearer to that slope, okay, they form the relationships. But there are some points, they are far off, but they are to be handled. So that is also can be used for using outlier detection algorithms. So even for regression. So regression is also one of the data mining and machine algorithm technique. Okay, in brief we are discussing here, but ultimately if you see that, since as discussed in our first lecture, that data mining and machine learning, they go hand in hand. Okay, in machine learning we use data mining algorithms, in data mining we use machine learning algorithms. So ultimately all these algorithms are machine learning also. So as seen over here, decision, as the name suggests, that the tree is a data structure and tree has a root node, right? Of the decision tree is a simple question. Okay, so in a normal tree, you have got a root node. Okay, you have got in between sibling nodes and you have got a child nodes, right? So this is a normal tree data structure. You can go to our YouTube channel and search for data structures. Specifically, we have trees. Also, we have got B trees. Okay, B plus trees also used in our concurrency transactions. So decision name means you are using tree data structure for finding out the decision. So root node basically would be the simple question which you are going to ask. So what is the example given here is of a flood warning system. Okay, so whenever there is a send error yes, when there will be an error, and it will be a yes when water level will be greater than 50. Okay, that means there should be this warning system activated. Yes, if it is greater than 50, then yes, but in this case when it should be no, when the water level is greater than 30. But if it is greater than 30, in another case you can just send the warning. Okay, and if it is less than 30, then absolutely the water level is okay. And if the water level is greater than 50, then definitely you can send the alert instead of warning. Okay, so this is how you can implement the decision tree. So first check water level. If the water level is greater than 50 feet, then alert is sent. And if the water level is less than 50, then check water level is greater than 30 feet and send warning. If water level is less than 30 feet, then water is in the normal range. So in your normal Java programming or C language, whatever you write as if then else statement is nothing but a decision tree. So the nested if statements or the loop statements, that all can be incorporated when you design the decision tree. So this is all about the data mining techniques. Okay, thank you very much for your patience listening. If you have any doubt, you can mail me on the mail ID given, or you can send me message. I will be very happy to solve your doubts.